Hello, Miss Carson. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty well. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for taking the time to sit with me for an interview.
Of course.
Okay. I was wondering, when did you first started getting involved with the iHelp program?
Well, I started this program, working with this program in 2017, April of 2017, when I was hired as the community service coordinator. And it gave me a chance to get reconnected with my hometown. I had just recently moved back home from Atlanta, so I had to immediately go out in the streets and find partnerships and then find volunteers to fill those slots. So it's been since 2017.
So, so, so when you hire new people for this community, what do you look for what do you look for? What qualities do you look for when hiring some students to come help work with you for the community?
Work in my office or do the volunteer work that the
Do
students do?
do the volunteer work.
Okay, well, we look for students who are willing to make the time to go out into the community and give back to people they may not necessarily interact with on a regular basis. We look for students who have a passion for serving others and for making a difference in whatever area that they're in and whatever way they're able to contribute. So those are the types of people we look for, and even if we get the student who is not necessarily inclined to do service, we still encourage them to try and go out and do something anyway, because usually once you start being of service to other people, you tend to not stop kind of being that way and being that type of a servant leader. So we want to develop servant leaders in the students here at Fort Valley State. So we look for people who are at least willing to try. We don't want to force you to go out into the community, but we do want you to take the initiative to be willing to go out and help someone else.
That makes sense. Um, um, so when students have to say that, let's say they need to they can't make it to help out with you because they have work they need to do, or they have to go meet with a family member. What do you have? Do you have them like make up for it?
Well, since we have so many rotating opportunities, usually we just encourage the student, if they miss one, to sign up for the next one, but we don't necessarily hunt them down and make them make up for missing whatever service activity they weren't able to make, because we understand that life happens. We understand that there are some things that are out of our control. So when considering that, you have to just be reasonable. Now, if a student no-shows one of our partners, that's a different conversation. And then we have some stipulations in place, or some can we redo that question?
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So whenever a student says that they can't help out, either due to classes or something going on with their personal life, what do you have them do?
We have them reach directly out to the site coordinator for whatever volunteer opportunity they've signed up for. What we're trying to do is encourage our students to communicate clearly in a professional manner. And if you're at a job and you're not going to be able to come, you email your boss and let your boss know, or you put time in, for your boss to be aware of the fact that you'll be out of the office that day. And volunteering for us is no different. We're training people to enter the workforce after they graduate, and so part of that responsibility is knowing how to communicate when you're not available.
Do you do you have any role models that played a role into you wanting to come back to your community?
This is going to sound corny because she made you do the assignment, but Miss Spikes is one of the people that I look up to. She was one of few professors when I was in school who actually put us out in the streets and made us practice our craft and made us perfect our craft. And I'm not on the level that Miss Spikes is yet, but I'm working towards that every single day. But she's a huge inspiration for me. People I've grown up with, my church musicians have encouraged me to go out and to help others, along with several people I've met since I've been working here who have kind of pushed me to go beyond my comfort zone and to go out and continue the work and do more every single year. So Ms. Spikes, my foundation, so my church home, my family, and colleagues that I've come in contact with since starting here have really made a huge impact on how I do my job. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Come on in. Come on in. Okay, so I have a training class starting now.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to go. Are there any more questions?
No, those will do.
That was good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome. You put that with what you got the other day. We ought to have a good interview.